Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. I hope you had a great day today, that you were growing, expanding yourself, and you were shining with your own light. Today, I'm going to reflect on the importance of keeping a positive attitude and having positive thoughts toward yourself. I think that's very important. Part of your self-love starts with what you think about yourself. What are you telling yourself is important. So think about that. Let's say if you're a negative person, I'm going to give you some steps on how to start thinking positive. If you're positive, how to continue thinking positive. So the first step is to recognize that you need to think positive. Second is to evaluate yourself, evaluate your thoughts, and think about where they're coming from. Is it a learned behavior? Is it that when you were growing up, people around you weren't positive and evidently you learned to be negative? Were you overly criticized growing up by family members, parents, whoever was around you? So you need to evaluate that and think that that's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not a healthy pattern to continue that. So you need to stop criticizing yourself. And you need to look at yourself from what God thinks about you. And everything that God thinks about you is good. You're a perfect creation in His eyes. You're one of a kind. You're His masterpiece. You're a conqueror. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. That's what God is telling you. You're a mighty hero. You are everything for God. So you have to dwell on what God says about you, not what other negative people that surround you think about you. And every day when you wake up, I want you to reflect on that, and I want you to meditate on the good stuff that God says about you. And it's all good. If He's the architect, He's the creator of you, the world, the planet. He equipped you with the necessary skills and everything you need to embark your journey, to conquer all things, because He deposited in you what you need. And you need to trust the Master. You need to trust the Creator. You are more than enough. You almighty hero. You are a conqueror. You're God's creation. So you have to dwell on those things that God says about you. Just dwell on that. Just meditate on that. Don't think about the negative stuff that you heard when you were growing up, by people, by friends. I'm not sure, whoever was around that was negative, that planted a bad seed in your life. Just forgive the person and move on. But right now, if you're gonna start thinking positive, is by deciding to think positive, by unlearning. Whatever you learn, you need to unlearn and start, learning new things that are gonna serve you better. And thinking positive is gonna serve you better. So that's one thing. You recognizing where it's coming from. Who caused that in your life? Who caused you to be, who shaped you to be negative or not to be too positive? Identify that and let's work on what you can do to move on, to start thinking positive. Another step is to be grateful about little things, about things that perhaps you think this is trivial. I'm not gonna be thankful about this, but be thankful about small things. When you wake up in the morning, thank you for another day. If you have to work, maybe you're not happy, because especially if you don't like your job, you can say, well, there's a lot of people out there that don't have a job. I have one. I'm so grateful I have a job. I'm so grateful I have a paycheck. The job is a little stressful. I'm alive enough to sense what I'm going through. I'm alive enough to feel that this is stressing me out. I'm thankful because I'm alive. I'm thankful because this specific situation is not going to last forever. And I'm inviting God to be in my situation, to give me the necessary strength I need to overcome this, and trusting that at some point If you're going through a difficult situation, it's gonna become past. It's not gonna last forever. Just invite God in. He's there. He's waiting for you to invite him and ask him for help if you need help. So you can rest in the hands of the Master, in the hands of the Creator. And he's going to give you the strength you need to move on and to continue. So that's a different topic. But just be grateful. You know, topic about trusting God. I think I spoke about that. But just be grateful for little things. Be grateful. And little things will become big because you're like, whoa, that's a big deal. I should be grateful for that. Every little thing, like when you wake up in the morning, instead of thinking about what you don't have, think about the strengths, all the positive attributes in your life. Think about all those things and meditate and dwell on that. And that's going to generate a good vibration, a good frequency to start your day. And I guarantee you, your day is going to start off positive because you started your day by being grateful. Another thing is that to evaluate your social circle. Who is around you? Do you have supportive people giving you praise, uplifting you, loving you, giving you good energy? Who is around you? Evaluate that. And whoever you need to cut out, cut out. Just like that, because it's part of self-love. Evidently, there's family members you cannot cut out because, especially in Thanksgiving, you're going to see them. You know, family gatherings, you're going to bump into people that might be negative. It's an example. So, you know, people that you cannot cut out because they're going to be around you, I want you to picture a wall. When you're interacting with this particular individual that you know is extremely negative and does not help you, just visualize a wall. You're still interacting, or a glass thing in the middle, whatever you want to visualize, but you know, something that can block you. And when interact, but don't absorb any negativity, don't absorb anything that doesn't serve you. So just visualize that, maybe a glass wall, because obviously you have to see the person, right? You have to interact or whatever. Some sort of barrier there that can block any negativity of anything that doesn't serve you. And just listen, but observe, don't absorb. Whatever that person says, okay, you know, interact with the person, but don't take the energy. So that's my recommendation. So evaluate your circle, put that wall for people that you cannot cut out. You know, meditate and the good things that surround you. Be grateful for the positive things around you. Being grateful should be a daily thing. Even when you go to sleep, be grateful for how your day went. Be grateful, even if it didn't go well, you know, I learned something. You don't lose, you learn. I learned something with this experience. I became more mature. Be grateful because you have a job. Be grateful for everything. When you wake up, when you go to bed, be grateful. So it's a daily thing. It's an ongoing thing to be grateful. So those are like some steps that will help you to think positive. Evaluate your circle is important. You know, interact with people that support you, not people that put you down and don't love you or don't uplift you. Have self-love. Do what's best for you. Be inclined for things that serve you. Be inclined for things that make you grow and expand and shine. Another thing is that if you want to maintain, you made the decision to be positive. So thinking positive is a decision. You decided to think positive. You're doing what you can to be positive. You are being aware of your thoughts. That's important. When a negative thoughts come in, it gets in your head. You have no control sometimes of what you can think, but you have control. Your power relies on you identifying that thought and saying, wait a minute, this is not serving me. Let me change my thinking. Because if I keep dwelling on that negativity, this negative thought, that's going to impact my emotions. And then it's going to impact my actions. So let me replace this negative thoughts for something more positive. Let me start thinking about the good qualities I have, all the strengths, all the good things that God equipped me with. Let me just meditate on that. Let me meditate on the things I'm doing well, not the things that I need help. So just emphasize on your strengths. Emphasize on everything going well in your life instead of what needs some improvement. So replace negative thinking for positive thinking. Then you're going to start having good emotions about it because you're going to feel good about yourself. Praise yourself is important. Sometimes we overly criticize ourselves when we do something wrong, and that's not what God wants you to do. He wants you to concentrate on the good things and constantly remind you that you're a good creation. You're part of His creation and you are good. You're more than enough. You're equipped to everything you need to embark in your journey. So just meditate on those things you have that are good. You're more than enough. You're wonderfully and fearfully made. So know that. So dwell on those things. Be allergic to negativity. Say, no, I'm allergic. I don't need that. That thought doesn't serve me. That person's comment doesn't serve me. I'm not going to believe it. I'm going to dwell on what God says about me. And everything that God says about me is good because I'm part of His creation. I'm good. I'm unique. I'm one of a kind. I'm masterpiece. That's what God tells you are. So meditate on that. And that's it for today. I wish you a great evening. I hope you have a great week. And I hope you keep shining with your own light. I know you are. Have thoughts of love, peace, happiness. Just dwell and think about all the wonderful things that are going well in your life. Because I know there's a lot of things going well in your life. So just meditate on that. And I'm going to guarantee you're going to have such a great vibration and frequency. All is going to be positive. And if you're having positive thoughts, positive emotions, then you're going to have positive results. So know that. All right. Have a wonderful evening. I love you all. Thank you so much. And I send you lots of kisses. Thank you.